Japan is in the grip of a deadly heat wave. Temperatures in Tokyo have risen to more than 41 degrees Celsius. Never has the country seen heat like it. This week, wildfires have closed California's Yosemite National Park for the first time in 30 years. And as Sweden records its hottest July in 260 years, more than 50 fires have engulfed much of the country. It begs the question, is the global heat wave a random coincidence, or is climate change coming home to roost?
We can think of the chances of extreme weather like having a roll of a dice, and we can think of a heat wave as though you've thrown a six. But what we're looking at here now is a situation where, if you like, we've rolled six repeatedly across the globe in this particular summer. And you can't just keep looking at that roll of the dice and thinking this is just chance. The data is really showing us now that this is climate change. It's linked to greenhouse gas emissions. The world is warming.
Of course, we have had freak heat waves before. 1976 was the hottest year ever in the UK. Back then, though, while the country was baking in 35-degree temperatures, the abnormal heat was confined to only a few regions around the world. This year, the heat has been global and records broken across continents. In a clear sign the planet is warming, the 5 hottest years on record have all come in the last 7 years. Many argue that isn't a surprise, given that global temperatures have risen by about 1 degree Celsius since the Industrial Revolution. If it gets much warmer, we could be in for more extreme weather. This year's heatwave is already having a massive impact across most parts of the UK. Here, in Broomsbarn in Suffolk, they haven't had a drop of rain for 49 consecutive days. That makes it the driest place in the country, and that sort of thing is likely to get worse in years to come.
And what that will mean is there will be impacts on people's health and well-being. So at the moment we think there are about 2,000 heat-related deaths per year. That could increase to over 7,000 by the 2050s. And we expect impacts on agricultural production. So some of the crops that we're growing in particular areas at the moment, we may have to shift to different areas in the future, and we may have to manage our livestock differently to think more about water conservation and how we're feeding them.
Forecasters are warning we could see the hottest day ever by the end of the week if temperatures rise above 38.5 centigrade. If we fail to slow the march of global warming, we will all have to get used to it. Emily Morgan, News at 10.